This JPGiviner Analysis focuses on frontrunning and a 2v2 Mogi in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Honestly, I don't have anything else to say for this intro, so without further ado, let's start giving her, bud. Starting things off, we got N64 Rainbow Road. Before getting into the actual play-by-play analysis, I want to talk about this track in general. As you can see, since I'm starting in the very back, I'm starting the race with 5 coins. This track consists of long straights and long turns, for the most part, where you can leverage drafting. Drafting is especially beneficial when you have a lot of coins as well, since you'll be much faster. Additionally, because of the lag in this game, everyone on your screen will go through the first set of item boxes. This makes this track even better for those starting in the back, since you're guaranteed to pull a mushroom in a bottom spot, specifically 9th through 12th. As you can see here, while I'm unable to draft up, I'm naturally driving faster than everyone in front of me, so I'm still keeping up. Again, with more coins, everything is faster, especially tricks, as you can see here. That's how I was able to make my way up to as high as 4th place without using a single item after starting in last. With that said, let's get into my first real play here. I shroomed to get ahead of the res while trailing a red of my own. Admittedly, I got pretty lucky by not getting trailed when one of the guys with a red drafted up, but on this track, you need to take risks to get into the front. From here, I realized that he got a super mini turbo, so I had to space out after releasing an ultra mini turbo. However, after realizing how close I was to him, I decided to take a big risk and go in for the trail. It almost paid off originally, but it soon paid off big time. Our trails are taken out and we both get the doubles. Later on, I'm able to catch up to him, but because he has a mushroom in first, if I draft up, I need to make sure he remains in second. That's the main thing I messed up on here. I shouldn't have trailed my banana. If I trail the guy, I can't back out for a blue shell. If I throw my banana away, I risk only getting single defense for the rest of the race since coins are so common. But in the heat of the moment, I played well enough to draft the guy and space out during the process to the point where I don't trail him. From here, I make him as comfortable as possible in second in the event of a blue shell. It paid off, and when he tried to take me out, he got double reds, but I had double defense, so I got first. The big picture here is that starting in the very back with the most starting coins in the room makes this track in particular very appealing. So moving forward, if you get a bottom spot in the race prior, this is your best track to pick since you'll have quite the advantage over everyone else, despite starting at what most people would think to be a disadvantage since you're all the way in the back from the get-go. Next up, we got GBA Mario Circuit. This race is definitely the most like a roller coaster out of the 3 races in this video, so let's go through what I'm talking about. At face value, I'm simply dropping out of first because Buddy in second has a red shell. But there's a bit more to this. Not only am I dropping out to avoid getting redded, but this is the easiest excuse I have to drop out of first and thus avoid getting blued. Since this is a bagging track as well, the shock blue combo is a lot more likely, so getting blued is even worse here. On top of this, I am now the lowest spot runner, which is the optimal place to be if you're running since you'll pull the best items out of all the runners, and the highest spot behind you most likely won't get items like red shells to take you out. So yeah, I'm thankful second place had a red. I shouldn't have been in first in the first place, so this was my best excuse to back out. This is another face value situation. At face value, I simply landed a beauty snipe and had protection afterwards. But let's break down why I did this. I had triple bananas, and besides the fact that they are not reliable to hold onto to avoid items like random greens, I was also far ahead of 4th to the point where I didn't necessarily need the protection as much as I usually think I do. That, on top of the fact that I have 3 bananas in total afterwards, made me very comfortable sniping out second place. And it made for a beauty clip, so noob got owned. This right here is a problem that Mario Karters very easily run into: complacency. I thought the blue shell would be in the air by the time it got to where I was, since I thought I was close enough to first, but I just barely wasn't. This goes to show how important it is to never get too comfortable in this game. I got comfortable. I very easily could have stayed wide until the blue passed me, but I thought it was fine, and I paid the price by getting hit. So moving forward, even if you think you'll be fine, consider the worst case scenario and play around it as long as you're not losing too much time by doing so. After the situation, the shot came through, and I was just trying to get the best possible spot given the circumstances. Despite what happened to me at the start of lap 3, I managed to get 6th, and honestly, I doubt I could have done much better given my situation in the race, but it is what it is. Sometimes the best way to improve is to come to terms with the fact that you cannot control everything in this game. Lastly, we got Animal Crossing. Not much actually happened this race, but there are a few general points I'd like to cover, as well as a pretty jokes moment in the race, and we're getting started right now. I opted to go wide and up my coin count right away since I planned on running. You can bag and find success on this track, so you could say I'm going for the same running strategy that I went for on GBA Mario Circuit. In doing so, I pulled a mushroom, which was what I was looking for in the event of a blue, or to take a shortcut later when people begin to catch up. Plus, on the coin side of things, if a shot comes through during the race, the more the merrier. I'm not going to beat around the bushes. This shot was extremely lucky for me, but what matters is not how lucky you are, but what you do with your luck. I pulled the best possible pull in the event of a blue shell. Not one, but 2 blue shell dodge items. And sure enough, there was a blue shell. I knew that because of the shock, the chances of my horn getting ghosted were very slim, so I opted to shroom in the cut since I was small, and when you shroom, you're just as fast while small as you are while normal size. And sure enough, no ghost stole my item. But what happens after was just too funny. Buddy Goal is into first while he sees I have a horn, bare seconds after the blue was thrown, then gets blued himself. Look, everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. But bro, I had a horn in hand! All jokes aside, what matters here is that I took advantage of my pulls, took a slight risk by shrooming in the shortcut, and in the event the blue goes for me, I would have been good to go. Not much happened for the rest of the race. I held onto my double protection just in case I had a chance of getting hit, and I didn't bother to try and take out second place shrooming up. Securing as many points as possible without taking unnecessary risks is key. I horned on the line just to ensure I didn't get screwed over out of nowhere on the line and secured second. Not the most eventful race, but there were some key factors that led to me getting second place without a doubt. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you'd leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll probably get into a system where I do an analysis on a Mogi 1 week, then an analysis on a 6v6 the following week. This should cover as many key situations you'll encounter in this game as possible. With that said, until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching, have yourselves a fantastic day, and keep on giving her, bud.